Hello viewer, this is Banjua once more, and today we are going to take you through the magics of Excel, what Excel can do for you just at the click of a button. And we are going straight to our workings. This is a sample data just for the sake of our workings, and we are going to go through the very first or the very basics of Excel, and that is summations. Now there are three methods that you can use to sum up your data, and the first method and the most obvious method is that you can just highlight your data like that and then come just at the bottom of your screen on your right, and there you have your figure. It tells you that the sum is 365,000, the count is 12, and the average is 30,000. Okay, so that is the first method. And the disadvantage of this method is that when you have a long data, you don't want to scroll throughout to the end of your screen, and sometimes you find that again when you have placed your cursor elsewhere and you have lost your scroll and you have to start again. So if you have a very long data, it's always advisable to just use the autosum. So what you need to do is just place your cursor at the last cell, or just exactly where your data ends here, for the sake of demonstration. Just place it there and then go to the top, at the top of your screen. There you have your autosum sign. You can see it there. Hope you can see that. Just click at that and you find that your data is selected. Then what you got to do is just press enter. So that is the second method, and now we head to the third method, which is not mostly used because it's a long method and it is tedious, somehow tedious to keep on typing. Now what you got to do is just type the formula yourself. You just say is equal to, remember in Excel, for you to find the answer of any arithmetic, you just have to start with the equals to sign. You say is equal to. Now we want to find the sum, so you just type the word sum. There you are, double click at the word sum, and then you, what do you want to sum? You say it's from here, then colon, maybe to here, but we want the sum of. You just click to where you want the Excel to sum up your data up to. You want up to the end, so we just click there and press enter. And there we have the same answer as the one we got in the first method and in the second method. And when you have your answer there, you can always go to the autosum. And these are the magics of Excel. You can always go to the autosum sign here, up here, and when you just click on it, you can get your average, and then you press enter. That is the average. From the same information, you can be able to get your count. If you want to know how many employees are there, you just press count and then you press enter. It tells you that there are 12 employees. If you want to find the person who is earning the highest amount of salary, you come here and press your max, and right there you press enter. It tells you the person who is earning the highest, or the highest figure we have in our data is 50,000. If you want the minimum, just the same thing, autosum minimum, and there you are, you press that, tells you it is 15,000. Okay, those are the magics of Excel. Just at the click of a button and you have so much information. The next thing is that sometimes you need a further analysis of your data, and that is where now we use the countifs, the sumifs. Remember, this data has a lot of variations. We have different regions, we have people from different gender earning different amount of money. And so if you want to say count, so we are going to go straight to the use of countif and sumifs. It is so easy. So if we want to know how many people or how many persons or the number of staff that are coming from, say, Nakuru region, you just need to say to use the countif you just need something that I want. Yeah, you come to this cell, yes, right there. That is when you now need to use the countif function. So you just say is equal to, you want to know the number of people who happen to come from this region, Nakuru region. So you just say is equal to, then you just type your word count if. You come to the, you can just scroll with your arrow keys. As you come to that, you just double click, and then you say count if. It tells you the range. The range means where do you want to count from, and in our case we are saying we are counting from this range, from there up to there. Then you press your comma, just like the formula dictates there, that you have to select the range, a comma, then criteria. What do you want? The people from Nakuru region. Press there, Nakuru region, and press enter. And tells you that there are 3 staff who are coming from Nakuru. Let's confirm that. 1, 2, 3. That is how you use the countif function. And in fact, you can even want to use a control here and just type your word, for example, Nakuru. And then instead of the formula referring to one of these Nakuru here, you just edit here, up here, so that it refers to cell this, where we have the word Nakuru. The answer is the same. Now the advantage of this is that now you can just find those who are coming from, say, Meru. You just need to type the word Meru there, and just when you click on any other cell, it tells you that there are 2 of them. You can always confirm that. 1, 2. And if you want to find those who are coming from, say, Nairobi, you just type your word Nairobi, and when you click on any other cell, it tells you that there are 2 who are coming from Nairobi. 1, 2, yeah, that's right. and that is how you use the countif function. If you are not able to establish what needs to be done, you can also do it this way. You can just say is equal to countif, and then you come here, but because you don't know what range means, you just come up here at the function sign here, and it opens up that dialog, and then you can just say, it tells you the range. What is the range? Here down it's saying range is the range of cells from which you want to count non-black cells. So what you got to do is now select the range. Here you are, and then you come to criteria, and it tells you criteria is the condition in the form of a number, expression, or text that defines which code will be counted. So we are saying it's the criteria, in our case it's Nakuru, and then you see when it gives you the answer it's 3, you just press OK, and there you have your answer. Now sometimes you want to use two criteria. For example, you want to establish those who are coming from Nakuru and they happen to be males, or those who are coming from Nakuru and are females, or those who are coming from Mombasa and they are males, those who are coming from Mombasa and they are female. So that's when you have two criteria, and that is why we use countifs. So pretty easy, just like the countif, you just got to start your formula with an equals to sign, is equal to, and then you just say count is equal to countifs. Go to countifs, not counter, countif, we want countifs. Countifs is right there, you double click on it, and then it guides you. It tells you what is the criteria range 1. Criteria range 1 is that we want to analyze by region. So you pick your region there, the range is there, and then you put a comma, just like the formula is guiding you. Then it tells you now pick the criteria. Criteria, we say we want those who are coming from Nakuru region, and then you put another comma. The formula is guiding you, remember it's telling you after criteria, put a comma, then criteria range 2. We want those who are coming from Nakuru. We also want to analyze by gender, so we take our criteria range 2, comma, and then it asks you for the criteria 2. It is the gender we want. Which gender is it? Male, is it female? We say the male, and then you press enter. Now this one tells you that those who are coming from Nakuru region and are male are only 2. You can confirm that we have 1, 2. The other one is a female. When those who are female, you just edit the formula up here, and then you pick, you just say it is those ones who are female, and you press enter, and it tells you there is only 1 female who is coming from Nakuru region. So that's how we use the countif function. And then that is about the countifs, but then sometimes we want to get the amount of money. For example, we want to get the amount of money the staff in Nakuru or Meru or Nairobi region are getting. Now in that case we are not going to use the sumif. We are not going to use the countif. We are going to use the sumif. And sumif is just like the countif, only that we use a different word. Instead of countif, we use the sumif. And then the sumif, we have to sum the amount. So it's pretty easy. You just start with an equals is equal to sign is equal to sum is equal to sum if. We are telling the formula sum if. Sum if, there we have it, sum if we are the formula is asking us for the range. The formula is asking us for the range, and so the range is, we want to sum those who are from this region, so we select all the regions, our comma, that's like the formula is asking. What is the criteria? We have selected all the regions, but we want those ones from Nakuru. That is the criteria. Another comma, and now the sum range. The sum range means what do you want to sum? Their salary. So you come there. So the range is the region. Then we have the criteria. We want those ones coming from Nakuru. That's why we selected B3. And the sum range is the summation of all that. Press enter and tells you that the salary of those who are coming from Nakuru is 75,000. That is 20,000, 55,000, another 2075. That's correct. That's how you use the sum if method or formula. Then sometimes you want those who are from Nakuru but they are males or they are females, just like our case in countifs. In countifs we can also use sumifs, and we just do the same thing. Is equal to, just type your word sumif, but this time we are not using sumif, we are going to use sumifs, because we have two criteria. So sumifs, the criteria range, so the criteria range I hope you can see that this is what we want. So we are saying, we have said we are going to use the sumifs. Sumifs, scroll down up to where we have sumifs right there. Hope you can see that. Sumifs. Then the sum range. The difference between countif and the sumif. You see, in sumifs, in the countifs, we just selected the criteria first. But in the sumif, you start with the sum range. Sum range is the summation, so you start with this. The formula is guiding you, sum range, then a comma, and then it asks you for the criteria range 1. We want this, the region, a comma, and then it asks you for the criteria. Those ones from Nakuru, that is the criteria, a comma, and then you take the criteria range 2. We want those who are from Nakuru but they are males, a comma, and then it asks you for the criteria 2 is the male, and you press your enter, and you have it is 55,000. Nakuru males 20,000, another Nakuru 55. Yes, the salary is 55,000. That is how you use the summation, the countifs, the sumifs, the average, the maximum, and the rest. So it's that easy. And if you cannot be able to, if it's a bit confusing, you can always use the function sign here in that formula. So you can just say is equal to, just type a word the normal way, sumif, yeah, sumif, and because you don't know what is the range, you just come here and press your function there. It gives you this guidance box that's going to guide you what you have to input. Okay, just like the way we did with the countif. And it asks you for the range. If it asks you for the range, just select the range there, and then the criteria, we want those ones who are from Nakuru, and then the sum range is we want it to sum that, and there you have your answer, 75,000, but you can always press OK and you find your answer is there, 75,000. Pretty easy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, just give us a subscribe, just give us a like on our Facebook page, and next time we are going to look at conditional formatting. There is so much in Excel that you can do with this tool. The highlights, the new rules, and especially when you look at analyzing your data, the highlight cells, greater than, less than, etc. So let's meet next time on lessons about conditional formatting.